That's how you do it. That's our Kaitlan Collins fact-checking the former president's false claims about the 2020 election last night in real time. As we mentioned earlier, did you just spill your coffee?
I just spilled my coffee.
It's okay. You know, I always think that's going to happen to me.
And as somebody who's not usually at a desk, I was like, how do I play this? And I decided to ignore it, and then you called me out on it. And so I'm just going to kind of sit here and wear it for a minute and digest this moment in time. And then I'm going to mourn the fact that I did.
You can have some of mine. Phil, I sit here every morning, and I'm like, don't knock over your coffee, Poppy. Don't knock over your coffee.
That's good. I hope we have some stand-up segments, because this is all over my pants, too, so this is going to go great.
Can someone get Phil some pants?
This is like the 5th time I've done something this week where I've been like, Poppy is definitely
not
letting me back.
True. And you better come back tomorrow.
I'll clean the floor.
You better come back tomorrow.
I promise you I will mop the floor, guys.
My coffee. Okay.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It just continues to get worse for CNN. Yes, I know, another video about the CNN town hall, but man, I got to tell you, everybody's talking about this, and there's just so many takes to go around, okay? I've been talking about how Trump embarrassed the town hall, okay, by basically destroying Kaitlan Collins on live television. People were laughing, right, doing the town hall because CNN tried to ambush Trump, but Trump was prepared for it and he pushed back, okay? He didn't back down. You had Byron Donalds destroy the CNN panel after the town hall. And now you have liberals, okay, that are revolting against CNN for hosting the town hall in the first place, okay? Because they were upset that CNN decided to do this. It was like, yo, don't get Trump a platform. We're afraid that people might agree with him, right? We're afraid that people might agree with Trump, okay? So they're furious. They're absolutely furious. They're losing their minds over the fact that not only did CNN host the town hall, but after the town hall, it didn't go the way that they expected it to go, despite CNN's attempts to please the mainstream liberal media, the Democrats and the liberals, by fact-checking Trump in real time and pushing back against some of Trump's claims.
I'm constantly telling people not to catastrophize over Trump, that he's actually going to lose because he keeps drilling down deeper and deeper into his base. But it is. I can't believe I'm going to use catastrophizing language here, but it was disgraceful on every level. It showed. I wouldn't say it's dangerous for democracy because we passed that a long time ago, but it showed the corrosive effects of Trumpism over 8 years, and I've got to say. The most shocking part was an audience who cheered on a president who tried to overturn American democracy, an audience that mocked and ridiculed a woman who a jury of her peers, Donald Trump's peers, found had been sexually assaulted. Those Americans there last night turned that into a punchline. Laughed and dismissed cops getting the shit kicked out of them on January the 6th, beaten up over and over again, calling a cop a thug who actually was trying to stop people from the House floor from being killed. I just could go on and on.
Again, that did not seem to satisfy the Democrat extremists. You had AOC here. She tweeted, she said, CNN should be ashamed of themselves. They have lost total control of this, quote, town hall to again be manipulated into platforming election disinformation, defenses of January 6th, and a public attack on a sexual abuse victim. The audience is cheering him on and laughing at the host. Again, complete meltdown here. Complete meltdown. This falls squarely on CNN. Everyone here saw exactly what was going to happen. Instead, they put a sexual abuse victim in harm's way for views. This is a choice to platform lies about the election in January 6th with no plan, but to have their moderator interrupted without consequence.
What we saw tonight is a continued demonstration of the sacrifice that women and survivors of sexual abuse across the country of all genders experience and the sacrifices that they make in order to come forward and challenge power. And what we also saw tonight was the consequence of doing that. They sacrificed their anonymity, they sacrificed their safety, and they sacrifice all of this because we continue to live in a society where an overwhelming amount of structures allow this abuse to happen and find it permissible. I know you said earlier that you will not comment on the platforming of such atrocious disinformation, but I would. I think it was a profoundly irresponsible decision. I don't think that I would be doing my job if I did not say that. And what we saw tonight was a series of extremely irresponsible decisions that put a sexual abuse victim at risk, that put that person at risk in front of a national audience, and I could not have disagreed with it more. It was shameful.
Yeah, so again, AOC is in complete meltdown mode here, okay? I'm absolutely loving it. And it's not just AOC that is melting down about this. You also have Rick Wilson from the Lincoln Project, a.k.a. the We Hate Trump Project, also melting down.
We're in a break now from the presidential town hall with CNN, Kaitlan Collins, and whatever the fuck they thought they were going to get out of this, they instead have set a match to democracy once again. You are letting an insane person stand there and make people giggle and laugh when he jokes about rape. You make people giggle and laugh when he jokes about abortion, when he calls an African-American police officer a thug. This insanity should be pulled off the fucking air. Chris Licht, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is astoundingly bad for the brand of CNN. It's astoundingly bad for the country. And it's astoundingly bad, honestly, folks, for every other Republican candidate in the primaries. Wrap that shit up. It's done. You saw this tonight. You know you can't beat him on the stage. Everybody else, oars up. Time to go to work because he's going to be the nominee. This shit is unfucking believable. I've never seen anything like it. It is a disaster of the highest fucking degree.
You have the cackling hands on The View who are also furious and upset about what happened last night at the CNN presidential town hall. Take a look.
So yesterday, CNN had a town hall with you know who. And for me, CNN showed me that they were a ball-free zone. What'd y'all think of this? Yes.
I have to say, start this off with, I was wrong. She said they shouldn't show him, and I said they should because I'm a very big defender of the First Amendment, and I believe that everybody should show who they really are, and let's vote accordingly. But what I didn't know was that the audience would be filled with his cult. I would like to know if CNN was passing out Kool-Aid before the event started. The guy is trashing E. Jean again.
Yeah.
I wonder if she can sue him for defamation again.
She probably can.
She called her a whack job.
Yeah. She probably can.
And when he was trashing her, this annoying audience was clapping. Why would CNN put only Republicans and people who love him in the audience? You know, if I do a comedy show and everybody loves me, I'm going to be funnier. That's how it works. Yeah. But if you have people who don't particularly think you're that funny, you have to work harder. Well, that's what I saw last night. I saw a bad stand-up comedian with a bunch of people in his cult who love him. Yeah. And that is not American, as far as I'm concerned. That is not American.
I do have to respectfully disagree. This is a democracy. 74 million people voted for me. It horrifies me.
Voted for you.
Voted for me. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. 74 million people voted for him. He's the GOP frontrunner. He's outperforming other people by double digits. And by the way, America got to see who he is last night. A ranting, raving lunatic who sided with Vladimir Putin, said he would restart family separation. He didn't win a single voter. That was radioactive for independents and moderates. It's not the media's job to decide who is going to be the president, who should get a platform, who should be on television.
No, wait a minute.
It's to provide an audience
that they should put only pro-Trump people in the audience?
No, my understanding was
really
the town halls leading up to a primary.
It's a
they
primary,
do that.
so
Republican.
to be honest, I didn't love the
like
platform.
the audience,
But I also want to say this. because I know she's getting flack from some folks. Kaitlan Collins did a masterful job. As a young woman, seeing a 30-year-old journalist take it to one of the most powerful men in the world. I've been bulldozed by him.
Wow.
Hillary Clinton was bulldozed by him. She got in there. And I'm sorry, it's
it
really
only
easy.
took her an hour to do that.
It's really easy to Monday morning quarterback it, but she stood there. She kept her cool when he called her sexist things, called her a nasty woman. He lost votes last day.
That was an hour in. I don't.
It was an hour.
That she was. I don't think that she was prepared. I don't think he should have been given a platform.
I know.
I was wondering when he was going to be fact-checked in real time.
She did on the very first question.
Well, I think she needed a producer in her ear, and I think we needed a chyron. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is a lie. That is what the media's job is. The media's job is to hold their feet to the fire and to get at the truth.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Some people on The View, at least Sonny Holston, believes, again, in media fascism, that the media is responsible for driving the narrative, okay, that they're supposed to be there to fact check everything that Trump says, even though it is proven that a lot of Kaitlan Collins' fact checks against Trump were actually false, okay? She was actually spewing misinformation/disinformation at the town hall. And it's just funny how these people don't believe that a man who is the leading candidate for president in the Republican Party shouldn't have a platform. But these people want to always talk about my democracy, right? This is why anytime I hear these people talk about my democracy, in my head, I automatically think, fuck your democracy, right? Because you don't really understand what democracy is. You don't really like democracy. You don't really want democracy. You really just want Democrat Party supremacy, okay? That's how I feel about it. These people don't actually understand what a democracy is, right? They really don't. Because every time you look, they keep telling you how much they don't really believe in democracy. They don't really believe in freedom of speech. They don't believe in all points of view being heard. They don't believe in it, right? Again, it's funny because if their ideas were so good, they would be able to stand up against ideas that they would disagree with. But again, we know that their ideas are terrible. This is why they don't want other ideas platformed and heard, okay? These guys, the fascism from the mainstream liberal media, particularly the calculating hands on The View, it never ceases to amaze me. But again, they're not just the only ones melting down. The liberal media is melting down. There also is an internal revolt against CNN and the CEO for deciding to do this town hall, okay? Because again, within the company, reportedly, there's a lot of backlash. So let's read here. CNN's Oliver Darcy reports CEO Chris Licht and network are facing fury of criticism within the company at the Trump town hall. CNN's senior media reporter Oliver Darcy revealed Wednesday evening that CNN was, quote, facing a fury of criticism within the company following its controversial town hall with former President Donald Trump. Quote, it's hard to see how America was served by the spectacle of lies that aired on CNN Wednesday evening, wrote Darcy in CNN's Reliable Sources newsletter. While he praised the, quote, tough and knowledgeable CNN host Kaitlan Collins for her attempts at fact-checking Trump's remarks, Darcy said Collins was given, quote, an impossible task and, quote, put in an uncomfortable position, given the audience was comprised of Republicans who mostly applauded the former president and laughed at his comments. Yeah, so it's funny because now they're upset, not just with the idea of Trump being, platformed by CNN, they're also upset that the audience was friendly towards Trump, right? That there were an audience of Republican voters. Again, it's absolutely amazing how that works. Absolutely amazing. They've never had this problem when there's an audience of Democrats, right? When there's an audience of liberals, they've never complained about that. Again, it's amazing how that works. And CNN aired it all. On and on it went. It felt like 2016 all over again. It was Trump's unhinged social media feed brought to life on stage, Darcy wrote, noting that Trump staffers were reportedly delighted with the event. Darcy wrote that, quote, CNN and new network boss Chris Licht are facing a fury of criticism both internally and externally over the event, before adding, quote, how Licht and other CNN executives address the criticism in the coming days and weeks will be crucial. I think they should have another one, right? They should give a middle finger to everybody else and say, nah, we are going to do it again. Because, I mean, look, CNN is winning. Okay, I mean, these people, it's funny. It's almost like they don't want to keep jobs, right? You have to get eyeballs on the screen in order to get ad revenue, right? If nobody's watching your channel, how the hell are you guys getting paid? Okay, at the end of the day, CNN is simply platforming other opinions, right? And that is good for democracy, okay? It's good for our country, okay? It's good for voters to be able to see both sides, right? And it's also good for views. If you go and you look at CNN's YouTube channel and all of the videos they're posting from the town hall, they're getting more views than most CNN views get in a whole day, okay? They get more views in a few hours, okay? Which tells you that this was a massive success for CNN. Now, I'm still very critical of CNN. Not because they hosted it, it's because they did a bait and switch. They advertised it as, well, it was going to allow Trump to have a conversation with voters. But again, it was really an ambush in which they brought Kaitlan Collins on stage to constantly interrupt and disrupt and debate the president, okay? And it's funny how they still are getting backlash for doing that, right? Sonny Holston quite literally said, I didn't see Kaitlan Collins fact-checking Trump enough. And I'm like, bruh, are you serious? She literally out the gate tried to fact-check the guy, okay, about the 2020 election. She interrupted and debated him all night. But again, these people are extremists, right? They are extremists, right? They're not grounded in reality. Quote, will they defend what transpired at St. Amsden College, or will they express some regret? For now, CNN is defending itself, he wrote. In a statement on Wednesday, a CNN spokesperson praised Collins for her role in the town hall. Quote, tonight, Kaitlan Collins exemplified what it means to be a world-class journalist. She asked tough, fair, and revealing questions, and she followed up and fact-checked President Trump in real time to arm voters with crucial information about his positions as he enters the 2024 election as Republican frontrunner. That's CNN's role and responsibility to get answers and hold the powerful to account. Well, no, it's not their role, right? I actually believe that Kaitlan Collins did a terrible job, okay? Because, again, she tried to be a debater instead of a moderator. She tried to put words in Trump's mouth about his positions that he didn't say. Like, for example, when she asked him about Russia and Ukraine, when Trump said, look, I just want to stop the bloodshed, right? I want peace. Well, so you support Russia, right? Again, that's what she said. It's like, no, he didn't say he supported Russia. He said he supports peace, okay? And for example, at the end of the town hall where she asked Trump, would he accept the outcome of the 2024 election? If Trump said, yeah, if I feel like the results are honest and fair, then I'll accept it. And then she said, so you won't accept it. And it's like, no, he didn't say that. He said if he feels like the results of the election are honest and fair, then he'll accept it. Again, that's not journalism. That is being a propagandist, okay? That is acting as an agent, right, to try to steer the conversation and to put words in this man's mouth to try to control the narrative. And again, apparently she didn't do that enough for the left-wing liberals, right, for the extremist Democrats. It's just funny how that works. CNN here basically pissed everybody off. They pissed off conservatives because of the way Kaitlan Collins came out and tried to carry water for the mainstream liberal media because they want her to consistently fact-check the president. And it's funny how she did that and the left is still pissed. They're still upset, right? So again, all sides here, okay, are upset with CNN, and Trump comes out as the winner, right? He got platformed, okay? Everybody saw it. And again, the left is melting down over it, right? It's just so funny how that works. Again, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.